Welcome to another episode of Entrepreneurs on Fuego. We have Dr. John DenBoer, Smart Aging. We're documenting the journey of incredible entrepreneurs. Doc?
Thanks for having me on, Francisco.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
that.
Thank you. I've been looking forward probably for about a year to meeting somebody like you.
Thanks.
Because of my own personal experience.
Yeah.
But before I share that, tell us a little bit more about smart aging.
Yeah, so I'm a neuropsychologist. Essentially, what that is a psychologist who studies the brain. And so what I do is I help older people keep their memory functioning best as possible as they age.
Okay.
And I developed a company to help prevent dementia. And if you have dementia, help make it less worse. And so we call it smart brain aging or smart aging.
But aging, it not only affects dementia, though. I mean, there's Lou Gehrig's disease.
That's right.
There are several other diseases that are accompanied with the aging process in the brain. Correct?
There's 26 different types of dementia.
Okay.
Even maybe more than that. The thing that we think of the most is Alzheimer's dementia, but there's many other different types.
Okay.
So they all have at their root the fact that the brain shrinks. We call that cortical atrophy.
It shrinks by about 1% per year.
Yeah, but it does. You're right, actually. That's very astute. But when you get into your 60s and you start experiencing accelerated shrinkage of the brain, then that's what leads to dementia. And that's due primarily to one chemical in the brain, glutamate.
Right.
So glutamate is only released through new and novel learning. There's no drug you can take, there's nothing you can do. So what we did is we developed a program for new and novel learning called our SMART program. And what that does is it has people go through a system of cognitive exercises. And what they do is they actually release glutamate in their brain organically that prevents the brain from shrinking and helps prevent dementia.
Which is very important. And this is so cool. Now, how do we recognize that we need this?
That's a great question. The fact is that most people don't. Most people do these kind of things as a reactionary thing. They develop dementia and then they're already sort of into it and they try to go to a doctor, but there's not much we can do for it at that point.
And try to decelerate it at that point, but you can't, right?
No.
It's already advanced, but you can, though, be prevented if before this happens, kind of go to here and start doing these exercises, developing a little bit of glutamine in the so that it prevents the brain from aging rapidly or shrinking.
That's exactly right, Francisco. Yeah, so we're trying, we don't have to tell older people to physically exercise. So in the same way, we want them to do the right kind of mental exercise. So doing things they already know how to do doesn't work. Doing things that are new and novel works and helps releasing glutamate. Now the great thing about our program is that it's entirely Medicare reimbursable. So every 65-year-old that's on Medicare has zero copay, zero cash out of their pocket for receiving this program.
Wow, and it's, for me, it's easier to understand now that I learn a little bit more about what you do, because it stands to reason that as we age physically, chemically, I mean our bodies physically, the brain also ages.
Yes.
The brain also ages,
That's
and
right.
therefore we have to exercise it. We have to prevent it from aging too rapidly.
Right.
And this is what you do with this.
Exactly. We have an online product as well. So if you go to our website, smartbrainaging.com, you can get registered for this online product as well, and that is also free. So all of this costs somebody zero money, and in fact, it requires about an hour or two a week of their time.
What are the results that you've seen after you started this program?
So this is not a cure for dementia. There's no cure that exists. It cannot reverse decline. It just makes it less worse. So if this is the curve of normal aging, and this would be a curve of dementia, we can take somebody that's going this way and make them go this way.
And I can tell you, I mean, from my own experience, I wish that what I was saying at the beginning of the interview that I mentioned about a year ago, because I had that same problem with my mother.
Okay.
And we just didn't recognize it in time. Yeah. We didn't recognize it. Then when this is too late, she's just getting old.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say, and it's hard to have those conversations with people because we respect them, we love them. There's a cultural thing.
Right.
We don't want to let them know that, and dementia is still a very stigmatized disorder.
It is.
And so
Why is it that, Doc?
I think dementia is associated with not being smart. It's associated with not having your intelligence. And so I called our company Smart Aging. Because it's standard for something, strategic memory Alzheimer's rehabilitation training. Right. But I put it in bold to let people know this has nothing to do with how smart you are. It has nothing to do with your intelligence. If you broke your leg and you need to get it rehabbed, you wouldn't say you're not smart. It's a disease that's happening in our brain. And so we treat it like any other disease. It's separate from the kind of person you are. And so we address it like a disease, and we treat it like a disease, like any other disease, like hypertension or high cholesterol or anything else.
This show is about your journey as an entrepreneur as well,
Yeah.
because this is, of course, this is changing lives. And one of the things that you pointed out is this is free. This is reimbursable.
Yep.
This is something unbelievable.
Yeah.
To get it to be reimbursable, did you have to jump through a million hoops?
Yeah,
Or-
1,000,001. I spent 3 or 4 years with Medicare,
Oh,
and that's not a
God.
fun organization to deal with. But at the same time, our societies, what we espouse in American healthcare is that we offer a comprehensive healthcare to as many people as possible, right? And Medicare, actually, for all the hoops you have to jump through,
Yeah.
is a really great system. When you're 65, you get it automatically because you pay taxes into it your entire life. And as you're entering that last phase of your life, you deserve to have these programs. You deserve to have this free healthcare in a variety of ways. So I had to go 3 to 4 years, thousands of research studies, thousands of research participants showing Medicare that this is a program that works, and in fact, it's the only thing that Medicare will pay for in this particular area.
As an entrepreneur, what is the biggest challenge in getting the word out for this particular product?
Getting people to engage in action. Right? So first is the education, is making people aware that dementia is in fact a somewhat preventable disease. And in fact, if you have it, it's not a death sentence. There's some things you can do. So one, I do talks all around the nation educating people about this. And then I say, okay, now that you know that, will you take action? Will you devote 2 hours a week? And you and I both know that's not an easy thing for older people to do, not an easy thing for anybody to do. So we encourage them to take action, we motivate them, we make it fun for them to take action. So the biggest challenge for me is actually having people convert into healthcare change.
Someone that takes this, do they have to be assisted to take this class, or can they do it themselves?
We do it with a coach. Great question. Some people can do it themselves, and they're more than welcome to go online to get our free online product to do it themselves. But we use a coach because it's more likely that you and I will go to the gym if we have a personal trainer
Absolutely.
visit than if we just go going to the gym.
And all the
right?
aspects of accountability.
That's
you have
right.
to follow up.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
we get a coach, get kind of gritty with them in a good way, get them to form a really good bond, and then they trust that person. They're okay with letting out their deficits. They're okay with being vulnerable. And then that's the catalyst for change. So we have a coach. We have 10 clinics throughout Phoenix. We have clinics throughout some clinics throughout California, and we're going strong. So
how many people have adopted this plan?
we
so
have
far?
tens of thousands of research participants, and we have almost 1,000 people that have adopted it on the Medicare model here in Phoenix. Now we're a startup. We've just been in operation for about a year and a half.
Do you the biggest reward has got to be people coming to you going, I have to thank you.
Yeah.
I have to thank you because this has really changed the life of my loved one over here, my mother, my grandmother,
Yeah.
or their loved one or themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I talk to people all over the world, and I talk to people all over Phoenix that are struggling with this issue. It's an issue that we all struggle with at some level. I started this program because my grandmother, who helped raise me, developed dementia. So it's a travesty, I think, for us to hold the medical science necessary and not transfer that information to the public. So it is really, really quite rewarding. It's pretty awesome to do exactly what you want to do every day.
What's next?
We need to get this out to more people. Regardless of whether people use our product or not, this is a lifestyle change. It's not
Sure.
essential to our product. Our product works, but there's many other things that they can do: learning a foreign language, learning a new hobby, engaging with people in socialization, engaging with your family more.
You're giving them their life
Yeah,
back.
that's
and then
it.
some.
That's it. Yeah, it's about improving your quality of life as you age. We think of aging as this time to sort of the sunset of one's life.
Right.
But it doesn't mean that this is the time that you can't enjoy your legacy and preserve your legacy in a way. And I think we owe it to our older generation to do that. Our older generation, as you know, is one that politicians give a lot of lip service to, but we don't have a lot of action on. And so I like working with older people, and that's the next step, is getting it out to millions of people.
And I'm sure they love you as my mom would love you. I mean,
Thank you.
you're going to have to meet my mom one of these days.
I'd love to do that. Yeah.
We'll give her this book.
That would be great.
She'd
Yeah.
love that. She was absolutely
Yeah.
Dr. John DenBoer.
Thank you, Francisco.
Man,
I really appreciate
I appreciate it. I mean, this is fascinating to me again because it hits home.
Yeah.
Not only that, but the number of people that are that benefit from what you're doing, it's very tangible, because you're transforming people's lives, saving people's lives, and just making the quality of those people's lives better.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, and thank you for all you do. This is
man.
pretty amazing. It's good to meet you.
I appreciate it, Doc. I
thanks
appreciate
again.
it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And this has been Dr. John DenBoer, Smart Aging, Entrepreneurs in Fuego. That's the first time that I signed off like that, huh? Wasn't it? But that was good, very professional.
Very good.
Because he's a doctor.
Thanks,
We're
man.
out.